Meet the American sycamore, Platanus occidentalis, or simply sycamore. Sycamores grow in much of the eastern United States, and here on base, they mostly grow in the floodplain forest, with a few individuals growing in the upland. These trees are some of the largest on base, growing up to heights of 120 feet tall and having the largest trunk diameter of any temperate hardwood species in North America. Just look at this former state champion. Identifying sycamores can be particularly easy compared to other trees in the forest thanks to its unique bark. At the base, it's pretty typical with dark browns and rough, and as you move up, the bark starts to peel away and reveal smooth bark of mosaics of greens and browns and even undertones of creamy whites. The leaves of the sycamore are simple and alternate and have 3 to 5 shallow lobes with a margin that has coarse teeth. They range in size from 5 to 10 inches and typically have light to dark green top sides of the leaves, with the undersides of the leaves being slightly more white and having hairs or fuzz. Sycamores produce a unique fruit that is sphere in shape and greenish-brown in color with a spiky texture. They're produced in late summer and ripen in early fall. When they're ripe, they break up into hair-like structures that get carried off by the wind. Each fruit just has one seed that's not edible to humans. Sycamores are a long-lived hardwood species that can live up to 250 years old, with some people suggesting that they can even live up to 650 years old. They're adapted to live in loose and loamy soils, often called alluvial soils, along floodplain corridors. Sycamores typically grow in areas with high competition for sunlight with other trees, so young saplings typically have larger leaves than their mature counterparts to capture as much sunlight as possible so they can grow rapidly. Sycamores might be one of the best examples of sun versus shade leaves that we have here on base. Sun leaves are usually at the top of the trees in direct sunlight. They're small in size, have thick cuticles, and usually have kind of a waxy coating. This is because they need to avoid being damaged by the sun while still absorbing sunlight to make food. Whereas shade leaves tend to be in the understories or where there's a little bit less sun, and so they have thinner leaves and thinner wax, and they absorb as much sun as possible because they don't have access to direct sunlight and don't need to worry about being damaged by sunlight as much. So these are two examples of leaves from the exact same tree. You have a sun leaf that you can see is quite small, and you have a large shade leaf which is about 4 times the size of our sun leaf. One of the most important roles that sycamores play in their floodplain ecosystem is providing habitat for other species. The heartwood of the sycamore is prone to decay and erodes away, creating hollows, like this one. Those hollows then become habitat for various species, like gray squirrels, raccoons, various bird species, and it's actually even been noted that in large sycamore hollows, black bears have denned. Colonial uses for the sycamore included hollowing out large standing trees to stable livestock. There was also a number of woodworking uses, such as making passenger train cars, utensils, butcher blocks, cases for various instruments, and even wooden washing machines. Indigenous uses for the sycamore included hollowing out large tree trunks to make canoes in areas where sycamores were quite abundant. The bark and other parts of the sycamore tree have been used by various tribes to cure cough and colds. Other ailments that have been cured with the sycamore include respiratory, dietary, gastrointestinal, and dermatological. The Delaware tribe uses the core of the sycamore tree to make tea that is highly regarded by many of its members.
Hey, Jacob here. We hope you liked that video and learned something. If you'd like to see some of our other resources, check out the link in the video description.